welcome to our gentle yoga class. This is a class for everybody in any body. This is your grandmother's yoga class. We're not here to try and be athletic. We're not going to try and stand on our heads. We're going to do some nice gentle movement and take some time to breathe, to relax, and just get some movement into the body. So if you'd like to join me, let's grab our yoga mats and maybe a blanket. If you have a couple blocks, that might be useful, or even a pair of cans if you want to run to the kitchen and grab a couple cans. We'll meet on the mat. Let's begin in a comfortable seated position. This can mean any crossing of the legs. You can let the legs extend in front of you and find something to sit the hips on. If you want to get a cushion from the couch, a blanket, some towels, or a pillow. And begin letting the eyes come to close. If that isn't comfortable, let the eyes find a soft gaze, resting a few feet in front of your body. And allow your attention to come to your breath. Notice how your body is feeling in this moment. Perhaps you're feeling a bit rushed, had a busy day. Let all of that go for now. Everything will be waiting for you once we're finished. So for now, carve out a little space in your mental energy for yourself. Notice if the breath can flow more easily in and out of the body. I'd like to introduce a type of breathing that some people call pause breathing or circle breathing. All it is a slow inhale, a pause at the top, and a slow exhale. So if you'd like to join me on an inhale, we'll breathe in for a count of 4. Deep breath in, 2, 3, 4, and then hold the breath, 2, 3, 4. Gently exhale, 2, 3, 4, and then inhale, 2, 3, 4. And you can continue flowing the breath in for 4, holding for 4, and then releasing the breath for 4 counts. If you notice that this creates any sensations of dizziness or lightheaded, get rid of the pause and simply breathe in and out nice and slowly without holding the breath. This is a great technique to use if you're ever feeling stressed or in a moment when there's a lot of activity, things are happening really quickly around you. This is a great centering technique. It can allow the heart rate to calm, and to steady the breath can bring stability to the mind. I invite you to continue this breath. In for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and then exhale for 4 counts as we move through our postures today. This will be a nice dynamic movement. So we will flow in and out of postures nice and gently, taking our time as we transition from one place to another, and not pushing too hard at any point. If you think about exerting as much energy as you can, and that being a 10 on a scale. Let's think about letting our energy and our effort stay around a 5. Nice and gentle, not pushing too hard, but giving just enough engagement to give the body what it needs in terms of movement and relaxation. Begin by lengthening through the spine. Notice if you can feel the sitting bones pressing against the mat. Maybe give a little sway side to side, pressing the left and then the right sitting bones down into your blanket or support. And coming back to center, let the crown of the head reach towards the ceiling, lengthening through each vertebra, imagining that you're making just a bit more space between each vertebra in the spine. And nice and gently lower the chin towards the chest, opening through the back of the neck. And then take the nose towards the left shoulder. Come up, bringing the gaze to the horizon, and then lower the chin once again, coming back through center and taking the gaze towards the right side. This next time we'll come back through center, and on your inhale, raise the gaze to the horizon with the head turned to the left. Then exhale as you lower the head through the center and come to the right side. We can continue to flow side to side. Opening up each side of the neck with a nice gentle movement. And coming back to center, lift the gaze once again to the horizon and release the hands down to the mat, letting the fingertips reach towards the mat on either side of the hips. And take the left ear, reach it towards your left shoulder, and reach the right fingertips down towards the mat. You may experience some stretching on the right side of the shoulder and the neck. You can bring that same movement of the neck into it, drawing some circles with the nose. This is a great stretch movement for any type of shoulder or neck tension. Those of us who sit at a desk for many hours of the day, or anyone who struggles with pain in the jaw or headaches. Just one more circle of the head, and then come back to center. Release the reaching in the right fingertips, and begin to reach through the left fingertips, drawing length into that left arm, and then lower the right ear towards the right shoulder. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, begin to draw circles with the nose. Keeping this as a nice soft movement. We don't want to crank down on the neck in any direction. Just find ease in the movement. Maybe 2 more circles here. And then coming back through center. Take a deep breath in and release the fingertips towards the mat. Reach out through the right arm and arc the fingertips up and over towards the left side. Draw some length from that right hip as it anchors down into the mat through the right fingertips. Take a nice deep breath in, filling the space on the right side of the ribs. If you'd like, you can take the gaze up towards the ceiling or towards that right elbow. And then maybe lower the gaze down towards the mat. On your inhale, lifting the gaze towards the ceiling or the elbow. And then exhale, lower the gaze towards the left hand. One more rotation of the head here, lifting side to side. And then bringing the head back to a neutral position. Release the right arm down to the side, bringing the hand to the side of the hips, and then inhale the left arm out to the side and reach the left fingertips away from the left hip. Take a deep breath, filling the space all the way from the left hip, through the ribs, and all the way towards the armpit. If you'd like, begin taking the gaze towards the ceiling and then lowering the gaze down towards the mat. Inhale, turning the head towards the left, towards the ceiling. And then exhale down towards the mat. Two more breaths here, lifting the gaze, and then exhale to lower. Inhaling once more to lift the gaze, and then exhale back through center. Letting the neck come to a neutral position, reach through the left fingertips, and then draw the torso back to a neutral position. Let the left fingertips come to the mat. And take a moment here just to feel the energy as it moves from one side of the body to the other. Perhaps one arm feels a bit more alive than the other as the energy flows back into that side. And we can release the pause breath at this point, allowing the inhales to continue to be long and slow, and the exhales to continue to be long and slow. So as we inhale, reach the arms to the sides and turn the palms together overhead, reaching the hands together, long line through the spine. And then as you exhale, twist to the left. Take the left fingertips behind the body, the right fingertips towards the left knee, and the gaze towards the left side. Inhale, coming back through center, lifting both arms together overhead, and then exhale, twisting to the right. The left fingertips come towards the right knee, and the right fingertips reach behind the body. Inhaling back through center, lifting arms high overhead. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhaling, hands reach together overhead, lengthening through the crown of the head, and then exhale, twist to the right. Inhaling, the hands reach together overhead, and this time exhale, both arms down to the sides, Keeping a nice long spine. Now, leaning back into the hands, we can set the feet in front of the hips. And at this point, slide off our blanket. We can set that off to the side for now. And with the feet nice and wide on the mat, maybe about hip distance apart, begin to lower the knees from side to side. Just a gentle rocking motion, little windshield wiper movement. As you come to each side, take the top hip and press it forward in the direction that you're facing. Opening up the hip flexor muscles on the top hip as you come to each side. And you can take the top hand and bring it towards the front knee, taking the gaze behind you. And we'll continue to flow side to side, letting that top hand sweep across towards the front knee. And letting the gaze come side to side as we move from one side to the other. Just 2 more breaths to each side here. And we'll meet back at center once you've finished your breaths. With the feet still in front of the hips, take one foot, maybe take the right foot, and draw the knee up towards the body, maybe holding the bottom of the foot. And if you can, bring that ankle to cross the left knee. So we're making a figure 4 here with the legs. And gently holding the knee and the ankle, let that right leg rock from side to side as though you're cradling a baby. Just a gentle rocking, exploring the range of motion of that right hip. Just one more rocking movement to each side. And then we'll lower that leg, so release the right foot down to the mat, lengthening through the spine once again, and then reaching for that left foot. We'll draw that left foot in towards the body, cradling the leg once again. Give a gentle rock side to side. If this is easier with the back against the wall, that's definitely an option, or coming to sit against, maybe if you're near the couch or you've been sitting on the couch, you can use the back of that to rest upon. Just 2 more rotations here, side to side. And then gently release that leg. Let it come down to the mat. And we'll take the feet around towards the back of the mat. This is where I like to grab my blanket and put it back into use. So I will take the blanket and lay it folded up on the mat, because our knees don't really have very much padding, and mine prefer to be on a nice cushion. So if you're like me, get some padding under your knees. We'll take our time getting here. And then bring the knees beneath the hips and the palms beneath the shoulders. So coming into our table position. And we'll work on a little bit of balance here. So taking first the left leg, we'll begin to press into both palms, finding our stability in the upper body. And working to keep the right thigh vertical, we'll extend the left leg. So pressing through the heel, finding a nice long line through that leg. And if you can, draw that left knee in towards the belly. So this is a bit of a balance challenge here. We can extend through the leg. And then draw the knee in towards the belly. Inhale to lengthen and reach. And exhale, drawing it forwards. For a bit more challenge, a little bit more of a balance challenge, we can also add the right arm into this. So extending both the left leg and the right arm, coming into our bird dog position, reaching heel to fingertips, and then draw that elbow towards the knee, bringing them together under the belly. So inhale, reach, long line, and then exhale, bring them together. Inhale to reach, and exhale together. One last time, long line of stretch, heel to fingertips, and then replace that right palm to the mat. We'll bring that left knee beside the right. If you'd like, take a little shake out here, a little wiggle side to side, get some movement into that spine. And if you're having any kind of discomfort in the wrists, we can do the same thing that we did with the blanket. We can get a blanket and put it under our wrists, or fold over the mat like I've just done. This gives you a little bit extra padding. So we'll do the same thing on the other side, finding our balance in our palms, and then extend the right leg, pressing through the heel once again. Deep breath in, and then exhale, draw that knee in towards the belly. Inhale to reach, and then exhale, drawing it forwards. Inhale, long line, and then exhale, forward. This next time, if you'd like to extend that left arm for an extra balance challenge, we can exhale, drawing the knee towards the elbow. Inhale, lengthen, heel to fingertips. Exhale, bringing it together, and then inhale, reach. Just one more breath here. Elbow comes towards the knee. Inhale, long line of stretch. Then lower that left hand and we'll replace that right knee beside the other. Great job. So take the knees out a little wider than the hips, maybe towards mat length. And then we'll sit the hips back towards the heels. We can let the arms reach out in front of us and let the head come to rest on the mat. Take a couple deep breaths here. Let the heart sink down towards the mat. Maybe let the hips and the pelvis sink a little bit closer between the heels. Perhaps walk the hands another half an inch or inch forwards, away from the shoulders, opening up the lines of the arms on the outside. Taking one more deep breath here. And then bring the hands one by one closer towards the body. We'll bring them in towards the knees. And then gently sit to the side of the feet. We'll take our blanket once again out of the way. I'm going to unfold my mat here. And then we'll find our way back through our hands and knees and gently come down to the front of the body. So finding our way to a lying position. We can extend the arms alongside the body, let the head come to rest In a neutral position, bringing the chin, mouth, or the forehead to the mat, whichever reaches first, most comfortably. And draw the legs towards each other, letting the knees or the big toes come to touch if that's accessible. And take a deep breath in. Press the pelvis down into the mat. We're going to anchor the front bones of the hips into the mat, finding a nice stable base here. Take a deep breath in and continuing to press down with the pelvis. Begin to reach the toes of the left foot towards the back of the room. So we're going to engage through the glutes and the upper leg of the left leg, but we're going to keep the softness through the right side of the body. So you may want to reach back, feel where you're engaging, and you can see if you can try and isolate that engagement into the left leg. Gently lower the leg once again, let the left side rest. And on your inhale, reach once again through the left side, letting the toes draw the leg just a couple inches off the mat. Keeping that pelvic bone pressing down into the mat. And then gently lower the leg. We'll do this one more time on this side. Inhale, reaching through the left leg. And then exhale, gently lowering the leg. Very nice. We can take the head to one side, let the cheeks come to rest on the mat. Just take a moment here, maybe kick the heels out towards the sky and lower the feet side to side. If your elbows become uncomfortable in this position, take the hands a bit wider. Let them come out towards the sides of the body. That can relieve the pressure in the elbows. And once this movement feels complete, let the legs extend once again down to the mat. Bring the chin, mouth, or forehead to the mat once again. Anchoring down through the pelvis, finding our solid base. And on an inhale, begin to reach through the right toes, drawing a long line through the right leg. And checking again, make sure we've got some softness through the left side. And the engagement is focused on the right side. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower the leg. On your inhale, reach through the right toes. Lifting the leg just a couple inches. And then exhale to lower. One more breath here. Inhale, reach and lift. And gently exhale to lower. We can release the arms here. Let the head come to the opposite cheek. We can let the head rest for a moment. And once again, we can let the feet come up towards the sky and lower from side to side. Now extending the legs once again. Draw the elbows and the palms back towards the body. We'll bring the palms underneath the shoulders. Let the legs extend, drawing them close together once again. And then on an inhale, lift the heart forward. Rather than doing any kind of deep back bend, we want to think about reaching the crown of the head forward and the heart forward. So we're really reaching towards the front of the mat rather than reaching towards the ceiling. And then exhale to lower. Inhale, reach the crown forward, pressing into the palms, drawing the elbows in towards the sides of the ribs. And then exhale to lower. One more breath here. Inhale, Pressing into the palms, reaching the crown and the heart forward. Draw the elbows in towards the rib cage, the shoulders away from the ears. And then gently release. We can take the hands a little bit closer towards the hips and then begin to press up into the hands. So we'll shift our hips back towards the heels. We can take a stop here quickly in child pose. Nice deep breath into the back of the body and then gently release it. Then walk the hands underneath the shoulders once again, pressing into the palms to lift the torso. And then sit the hips off to the side of the feet. You can let the legs come all the way around towards the end of the mat. And center yourself on your mat if that's important to you, or come off to the side of the mat. Really doesn't matter. It's just your comfort. And then find whatever will make you the most comfortable for your resting pose for relaxation. For example, I have a blanket here and a couple blocks. And if you want to do something similar with a pillow or a couple blankets, whatever you have, I like to take the blocks and line them up towards the end of the mat and then cover them with this blanket to find a nice soft place to put underneath my knees. So let the knees rest on the blocks covered by the soft blanket, and then gently lower the back down towards the mat. We'll let the upper body rest, let the legs rest and the feet lay out to either side. Let the shoulders open up and the palms lay open in a receiving gesture. Now you settle into your comfortable lying position for relaxation. You'll stay here for a few moments as we close our practice. Allow the eyes to come to close, continuing to lay on the back of the body. Allow the breath to flow gently and easily, letting go of any control of the breath, allowing it to be natural, however it flows with the most ease. It's important as we go through our days to take it easy with ourselves, to allow space for the body to be just what it is in any given moment, to show appreciation for our body for carrying us through every day as it does, being appreciative of our immune system and the inner workings of the brain and of the organs that are taking care of us and keeping us healthy. We have this incredible universe within the body and the mind, and I'm so grateful for all of these things. As you lay in your final resting pose, release all of the muscles in the face, smoothing the eyes, letting the creases between the eyebrows soften. Let the ears hang heavy, letting gravity draw them towards the mat. And wiggle the jaw to freedom. Let the tongue rest in the bottom jaw, releasing the throat, releasing through the shoulders, letting the shoulders relax away from the ears, opening up through the chest and the upper arms, unhinging the elbows, letting the palms rest face up, perhaps noticing any swirling of air or movement across the palms. Allow the belly to relax and become soft, releasing the lower back and the glutes, finding softness through the pelvis. Let the thighs relax, feeling the muscles hang heavy on the bones. Unscrew the kneecaps, letting the knees rest out towards either side, and feeling the calves hang supported against the mat. Let the ankles rest. Find softness through the soles of the feet and the toes. Can you notice the space between the toes? Now for a few moments, let go of all doing. Release the body and the mind, allowing yourself to simply melt and just be. Bring your attention back to your breath, back to your body, and back to this space. Allow the breath to deepen and to slow. Invite your body to make small movements, letting the head roll from side to side, spreading the fingers and toes wide apart. Perhaps begin to reach the arms overhead in a good morning stretch, or step the feet towards the hips and lower the knees from side to side. And take your time to find your way over to one side, pausing for a moment in this posture of self-compassion. And using one hand or both, gently press back up to come to a seated position. Let's take one final breath together. Inhaling the arms out to the side, bringing palms together overhead. Exhale the hands to heart center, where we bow the head to honor the heart. I thank you for sharing your practice with me on this journey that we call life. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be whole. Namaste.